What's up, YouTube? I'm the Brew Captain. I do challenges, how-tos, and reviews. And today, we're going to be reviewing PKL FKR. I'll let you fill in the lines. Let's get this started. So the beer we're going to be looking at today, it's PKL FKR, so that's pickled, yeah. And this is a really interesting beer because this is a sour wheat beer blended with pickle juice. It's brewed by New Braunfels Brewing Company out of Texas. So when you do some research on this beer, even on the back of the label, it talks about it's an 85% white wheat. It's a Berliner Weiss. Berliner Weiss, tomato. It's a different beer. Berliner Weisses have an interesting history. The Reinheitsgebot law prevented beer from being created and made with anything other than water, malted barley, and hops. Later they added yeast. But this rule was only mostly in southern Germany. It had no currency in the north. That's where you find the Goses and the Berliner Weisses. Berliner Weisses. Berliner Weisses were designed to be served fresh and were very acidic. The alcohol content, or ABV, usually range between 3 and 4%. This guy right here, 3.5% with 7-ish IBUs. So they start the fermentation process, then they add the spontaneous wild yeast. I've talked a little bit about sour beers in the past because this is a sour wheat beer. A sour beer is a beer that's come in contact with wild yeast. It was prohibited back in the day because there just really was no way of controlling the yeast that got into all of the equipment. Check out the video up here where I talk a little bit more about it. But I'm tired of talking. I want to try this thing out because I think it's going to be really, really interesting. I will say this is going to be my first ever pickle beer. Smells like pickles when you open it up. That color is crazy. All right. So very, very, very hazy. Interesting. Whew. Whoa. You definitely smell the pickle. I mean, the pickle is overwhelming. Wow, it smells more like a bread and butter pickle than it smells like a kosher or a dill. But it's also very sweet. I'm definitely going to say bread and butter pickles are going to be the smell on this one. I mean, yeah, you can't see anything in there. Now, oh, that's wild. So I'm going to try and get it close to the camera. There are things floating in there. I know I cleaned my cup, so it's definitely in the beer. Let's give it a taste. Oh, wow. All right. Whew. Wow. So, the immediate taste is a lot like a white Belgian ale. Similar to like a Blue Moon, you get an initial sweetness, but as soon as it rolls across your tongue, the tart hits you. Wow. If I didn't know what it was, swishing it around my mouth, I probably wouldn't know that it was pickle. It's very vinegary. It's very unique. The aftertaste is 100% pickle. It's like drinking pickle juice. I remember when I was working in the industrial plants that we used to drink pickle juice when it was really, really hot. Something to do with the sodium, helped with sweat. It's the aftertaste that's the pickle. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like if you had a really, really good sandwich, like a gourmet sub, or I don't know, maybe a nice turkey sandwich with some tomato, mayo, mustard, and sprouts on a nice artesian bread, this would pair perfectly. Any other situation? I typically don't drink pickle juice. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't like it. But what can you expect with a pickle beer? But now that I'm thinking about this, if you could figure out a way how to make this into kind of a Bloody Mary type drink, more like a chelada or a clamato, it might not be too bad. I definitely can't sit here and just sip this though. So y'all know what we do. I'm really afraid of this, so let's see how this goes. All right, folks. Drink responsibly. Stay savvy. Brew Captain signing off. Make sure you check out these videos popping up on the screen.